Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video is kind of just like a tutorial on how I cut my fabric to make scrunchies. You might not care about this. I don't care, I'm filming it anyways. If you didn't see my video yesterday, I got more fabric for scrunchies. If you didn't know, I make and sell scrunchies like this one. So, when I go fabric shopping, I get a quarter of a yard, and that I can make 6 scrunchies from that. So, for example, we have this print. I have my fabric scissors and my cutting mat because measurements. Also, I would like you to know that my cutting mat sticks off my desk about 5 inches. So yeah, that's something that you needed to know, apparently. So this fabric can make me 6 scrunchies. I cut my scrunchie fabric typically 3 by 18 inches, so it'll be 3 inches wide or thick and then 18 inches long. So yeah, how I cut a piece of fabric for scrunchies is first I scooch it so that this top piece is 18 inches long, so I'll just keep going like that until it's 18 inches long. But normally I have it on my table thing when I'm doing that so that I can tell when it's at 18. Okay, so right here, this top piece is 18 inches. So I'll cut off this extra piece and I save that and I use it for other stuff. So I cut off that piece, and if it has a rough edge like this top piece, if it has a rough edge like this one, I'll scoot it a tiny bit more so that I can just cut off that little fringe, but so that it's still at 18 inches, but I can still cut off the little piece of fringe. And this is by no means precise. It's just kind of close-ish to 18. Close, but not exact. Because otherwise it would take me way too long. So then there's the extra piece of fabric, which I save and use for other stuff. And now we have this really long piece of fabric that, if you haven't noticed, it's folded over. So it's just one piece of fabric that's, what's double 18? 36. That is 36 inches, but since I had it folded over, it was 18. So then I cut it in half. If I were using my rotary cutter, I would just kind of lay it flat and then just run it right along the edge and just cut off that little part where it's flipped over, and then it'd be 2. But since I am not using a rotary cutter today because I'm not trying to cut my finger open, if you didn't know, I have cut my finger open twice now with a rotary cutter, both times with the same one. And my finger still has scars, so I'm not trying to do that today. Also, if you didn't know what a rotary cutter is, it's a pizza cutter for fabric. It's a circle blade that's sharp connected to a handle, and you just run it along the fabric and it cuts it. Yeah, I have cut my finger open with it because I had a ruler. I don't know why I said ruler like that. I have a ruler and I'm sliding the rotary cutter up, but it slipped up onto the ruler and sliced open my finger. Anyways, yeah, so now we cut it into 2 separate pieces. Actually, you can do this step right now or after you've cut it into the 3-inch strips. I'm actually going to wait to cut it until we get to the 3-inch strips, because that's just what I prefer to do. So I'm going to leave it just folded over. So now, my dad made me this like thing where it's like a piece of wood that's 3 inches thick and it has like a handle up here. He made it for me so that I don't cut open my fingers again. So I just like, if I have a rotary cutter, imagine there's like the table here, right? And I like have my fabric, I'm like have this on it and I'm cutting. And I just cut along the edge and then it's 3 inches, which is the length or the width I need. Yeah. Today actually though, I am gonna be doing 3.5 inches because I want to try doing them a little bit thicker just to see. So that's why we're using scissors, because that would not be the right size. Therefore, I'm not using a rotary cutter and a flat ruler because I will slice open my finger again. We're not trying to do that. Okay, we're not. Anyways, so now I just lay it on my mat. You can't really see this, but I wonder if I just, haha, success. So I'll like lay it on my mat. Here, I'll move it over so you can see. Lay it on my mat at one of the like lines, and then we gotta make sure both the sides of the fabric are like lined up properly. And then we're gonna go 3.5 inches over, which will be right there, and then just cut down it. And then we have a 3.5 inch strip that is 36 inches long because it's, again, one piece just folded in half. So now, at this point, I would cut it in half. And then we have 2 pieces of fabric, and this is the final piece, how it will be for when I sew my scrunchies, and just like how it like would be. Normally it'd be 3 inches, today we're doing 3.5 because we're testing stuff, but otherwise I would be using my rotary cutter and my little, I don't know what to call it, my like ruler thing that I use. And normally that would go a lot quicker than scissors, but today I don't feel like doing that. So yeah, that's how I cut my fabric. And yeah, I make 6 scrunchies out of a 1/4 yard of fabric, and I don't remember how many I make from any other because I literally like only get a 1/4 yard. So that means I can test patterns, see how they all sell, but not like make a ton of them, and then like not have a print that sells. So yeah, that's it. That's how I cut my fabric. Actually, the video's not over. My hair is being like staticky and I don't like it. So I'm gonna tell you how I like sew it for scrunchies. I'll probably make a separate video like actually showing it, but for now I'm just gonna like show you how I would do it. So I'd like take the piece of fabric, right? I'd fold some of it over to create a little hem. I'd sew that about a 1/4 inch from the edge, so I'd sew it along here, and then I would like, I need to like glue it down or something so that it like stays. I'll just fold it. There. So that's like, imagine that's like sewn, right? So that's not going nowhere. Now I'm gonna fold it in half like this, but with the right side of the fabric inside. Line it up and like fold it. This is really hard to do one-handed. Okay, there. So it looks like this now, right? Right? Yeah. And then you're gonna sew along this edge, sewing it together. So now it's like that. Now it's a tube, right? And then I would flip it inside out, or right side out. And I don't have my little tool that I use, but I flip it right side out. And then it's gonna look like this, but it's gonna be like a tube, right? And then if you like look from the end, you can see inside that there's the hem, and then that's like inside there, right? So this would be a tube. I would take my little strip of elastic that I use, thread it through. I can't really demonstrate it with that piece anymore because I don't have my elastic and it's not sewn. So I would take my elastic, thread it through, get the fabric all scrunched up on the piece of elastic, tie it in a knot twice, tie the elastic in a knot twice to secure that. And then when that's all in there, so imagine this tube all scrunched up around a piece of elastic. So it basically already looks like a scrunchie, except the two end pieces are just like not connected. Then you would take the one with the raw edge, not the hemmed one, take the one with the raw edge and just like stick it inside of the one with the hemmed edge. So like you would just like stick it inside and then sew over that. And that creates what, I'm dropping things, what looks like this. This one's hard to see on because it's like a dark color. So let me grab one that you can actually see it on. So, here you can see I did white stitching on this one. See where I put it? I put the unhemmed edge inside of the other one and then sewed it, and then you have your scrunchie. That did not make it. Anyways, so that is how I make my scrunchies. I will probably make a video actually sewing it so you can actually see how it works. And yeah, I'm gonna watch YouTube and cut more fabric. I have a little bit to cut. So yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was helpful or just like cool to see like how I make my scrunchies. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're having a great day, morning, night, evening, whenever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!